Mom had an extramarital affair when I was 12, and I'm still affected by it. Hi, I am 23 years old. I've never shared this before. So it's been over 10 years since my mom cheated on my dad, and I think that's the one thing that absolutely destroyed my perception of her, besides her crazy controlling personality. To give some background, this incident happened when I was a kid, so I did not have the foresight to collect any evidence, but I vividly remember all the details, and I have vented about it in my journals from those times too. My parents did not live together as I was growing up because they worked in different cities, and I lived with my mom along with my younger sibling. My dad used to visit every other week, and I never thought there was something wrong with my parents' relationship until this happened. First, the discovery. I used to play games on my mom's phone and discovered her talking inappropriately with another man. She had his number saved as the name of some official-looking group chat, and it seemed related to her work at first glance, but I remember locking myself in the bathroom with her phone, perusing the chat, and just bursting into tears. I felt reality shatter around me at the time, and I couldn't process it at all. I kept noticing what she did even more after that day, and her elusive behavior was obvious enough, even to a child like me. The worst part is that this man was her senior married colleague, and both of them kept hanging out, and even kept up a charade of being family friends. I remember her facilitating a dinner between this man and my dad, and I remember my entire family going over to his house and meeting his wife and children too. I was the only one who knew, and it was suffocating. She'd lied to my dad that she had no idea about that man asking to meet him when I'd previously overheard them on call furtively discussing this very meeting. Fast forward a few weeks or months, my sibling got into a life-threatening accident. It was really hard because at the time we lived in a small town without proper hospitals, so my mom later got a transfer, and we decided to move to the city for better recovery prospects. My dad had sustained injuries trying to save my sibling, and he was undergoing treatment at the hospital too. I couldn't stay because I still had school back in the town, so I crashed with some relatives there and only went to visit my sibling from time to time. You'd think that such a traumatic incident would make my mom reconsider her actions, but no. I was witness to the fact that this man and my mom still met and still talked on the phone, even in the hospital. My dad was starting to get suspicious around this time, and I finally spilled what I knew about her texting someone while having their contacts saved as the name of a group chat. I think he believed me, because he also had a similar hunch, but I think my parents talked about it, and it soon died down and nothing ended up happening. Meanwhile, I distinctly remember this one instance so clearly that it still makes me recoil in disgust. The man took me and my mother out one day, and we went to a bookstore because I was fond of reading and he planned to buy me books, even though I never asked for any of this. I was looking at some other sections, and I made my way back to where the two of them were standing, and they were holding hands. I couldn't even pretend not to see this shameless display, but they broke apart immediately, and that was that. I felt sick to my stomach, but I didn't know what to do. The atmosphere at home already wasn't very good because of my sibling's condition, so I didn't say anything at the time, and I still regret it to this day. Next, we were planning to move to the city, and this one time my mom brought me and my sibling to stay at this 5-star hotel and told us to order room service while she went out to see apartments with this man and returned very late at night. My dad had gone back to his job in the other city around this time, and we were back to fortnightly visits. I genuinely don't know how I managed all of that on my own, since I couldn't confide in anyone. Soon after we moved to the city, this secret relationship petered out, even though this man also lived in the same city by then. I don't know what exactly happened between them, or between my parents, but things were resolved and presumably they talked it out, but I'm sure my dad doesn't know the specifics, and only knows whatever my mom told him. Probably involved hysterics and some manipulation. My dad told me a couple of years later that the adults had already discussed the misunderstanding, and there was nothing for me to be worried about. There is no crazy expose here. In my country, marital affairs are very taboo and hush-hush. It's been more than 10 years now. My parents have been living together under the same roof for the past 5 to 6 years, and things seem to be fine between them. I also don't think my mom has had any other affairs. It's only me that still remains fixated on the past. My relationship with my mother has never been the best because I still remember the childhood abuse, both physical plus verbal, disguised in the form of strict parenting and tough love, which continued well into my late teens, and well, she still taunts and yells at me now, to the point where I wish I could go no contact. There's a lot of horrible stuff that I'm omitting here, but basically, trashy parenting style that's left me devoid of any confidence or trust in her. I think I could still cope with that if I had any respect left for her, but every time she pulls some crap with me or starts grandstanding about her own morals or struggles in life, it just makes me roll my eyes so hard. Whenever she goes on about a flaw of mine, I can't help but be reminded of her own dirty laundry and the fact that I have never hurt a person the way she did. It just reeks of hypocrisy. I guess besides her personality, she supported me, done stuff for me that I should be grateful for, and looked after me like a parent should. I just don't think I've managed to process my feelings about her affair even after all this time, and I don't know if I can ever make my peace with it. My sibling doesn't know anything about this incident, and their relationship with my mom seems to be way better than mine. That's all. I mostly just wanted to finally vent about this. To stay up to date with new stories, subscribe to the channel, like it, and leave a comment.